Okay, good morning. I'm gonna try and make a quick video. Girls and I have already woken up. Cats are looking for their food. I am just going to grab Harry's food real fast because I give his leftovers. Oops. I give his leftovers to the chickens. Okay, so I've got Harry's food. Good morning. Oh, wow. Well, I gotta clean that up. Luna likes messing with the eggs, so this has been fun. Okay, come on, honey. Honey, come on. Dogs are gonna help me clean that up at least. You guys need to wait, kitties. I'll be right back. Oh yeah, I do usually, if it's not too cold or raining, I open up the window because Gatsby loves going in there. Luna likes going in there too. There's Gatsby, he's gonna go in there. All right, I have no idea where my flip-flops went. Everything's picked up from the floor because of the cleaners. Okay. I don't know what I'm filming. You're probably seeing a bunch of nonsense. Okay, girls are running off. Hey, chickies. Hey, chickies. We added these lights. They just blink at night, but they look a tiny bit scary. We also added a camera. It's in the tree so that we can, I don't know, I guess have eyes on the coop. So I open them up and I feed Harry's leftovers to them in the morning. They like that. I don't think anybody laid any eggs, but see, there's another light. I put them on all sides of the coop. I just check on the inside. Their food and waters are gonna be freshened up on Thursday. So they shouldn't really need anything while you're here. Maybe, hi. Maybe some more scratch, but that's not a big deal, and it's in the shed. But the system we have, everything lasts about a week, so they should be okay. I have the kids refreshing their food and water every Thursday, so they'll go a little bit over, but I think they'll be okay. The stuff's just heavy, but I mean, you're welcome to check it. Maybe fill up the 2 small waterers only. And like I said, they are usually done with the scratch in a few days, but that's more of a treat. That's not a staple of food. Hey, babies. Okay, I'm gonna go back inside. There's Gatsby in the window. I was hoping I was gonna film him at the door to show you how he doesn't dash out, but he's in the window. All right, kitties. Okay, kitties. Yeah, look at the mess you made, Luna. That's real nice. All right, so I try and not give them like the same flavors, if that makes sense. Just so they get variety, I guess. Oops. I think Lucy's other bowl is in the dishwasher. Okay. I'm gonna pause this while I open up these cans. All right, so there's Lucy's. Hey, rats. Hi, rats. Oh my gosh, I'm doing this left-handed so that I can film. All right, there you go. I was gonna have the kids film me doing this, but they're asleep and all this happens in the morning. It's actually 8. It's 8 in the morning. I really slept in. I was so beat from yesterday. Excuse me. Yesterday I was up at 5 And I weed whacked for 5 hours yesterday while the cleaners were here, and I'm just shot. Anyway, I usually clean the cans and put them in the washer. I'm realizing I don't have towels out and spinning around to get paper towels, so that I'm gonna have to clean up. So Luna just, I don't know what it is about eggs. She's done this every once in a while. Honestly, not to this extent in the past, although she might have done it on Aiden. So anyway, we should just not leave eggs out on the counter, and I keep doing it. And if you leave a single egg out anywhere, she rolls it off the counter, and she eats some of it, but not all of it. And I might just let the girls come in and lick the rest of this up. But gosh, what a mess. What an egg mess. So that I usually take care of Harry. We usually leave his thing open, and I don't know, I like letting him have a little hidden corner, but Chris usually uncovers him completely. We just have slightly different methods, and I open up the window and I get his water, and he does this thing with his water. Oh, and I really just gave him fresh water last night, but it is a little bit dirty. So he took a bath yesterday, or 2 days ago. It's really funny because he seems to know when the cleaners were coming, and he takes a bath when the vacuum is running and the cleaners are here. But he took a bath the day before the cleaners were coming. He really is on a monthly bath schedule, and it's hilarious. It's like every 4 weeks, and it's very funny to me. All right, I'm gonna give him water. All right, so he stayed on that branch this time, so it's not an issue. But often he does this biting game where he comes to this branch here. And so if I get the broom, I was hoping he was going to be an ass so I could show you. I'll get the broom and put it like right here because he'd be standing here. I'll put the broom there and he like backs away so I can put the water in. Or if I feed him before giving him the water, sometimes he just goes and starts eating instead of trying to bite me. And then the bite game turns to the kisses in the morning anyway, so that's fine. So I have his food dish. There's these are all like seeds in there. And then what I'll do, I bought this big bag of other stuff from elsewhere because I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to make it to the bird store, and I was just being paranoid, but we have plenty of food. So I have this other food, this big bag. Now I've just been grabbing like a handful of whatever's in there. It's a lot of mixed stuff, and I just put it on the top. And oh, they moved the nuts. There's bags of, this is to help can get the chickens back in the coop if you need it. There's also these you can use to get the chickens back in the coop. And then there's bags of nuts. There's another bag right there. So you should have plenty of nuts, but I usually give them a couple walnuts. There's peanuts in there. And then sometimes he bites when you bring his food back. Harry, that was rude, and I wasn't really filming it. Can you move your beak, please? I'm trying to get the thing in so he doesn't bite. There you go. You got food, you got water. I'll wrap that up later. Yeah, so there's food in this drawer, food in this drawer. There's like treat toppers in this drawer. You would just put those on top of the seeds. There's bags and bags and bags of nuts. And then if you give him fresh stuff, he likes oranges, bananas, just whatever fruit you have. His favorite's definitely oranges and bananas. And then I will usually, there's not a lot of layers on this right now, but I will take like the top couple layers where the poop is. I'll usually do that every day so that there's not a huge accumulation, because if there's an accumulation by the end of the week, sometimes I've found it moldy, and that's just so gross to me. So I usually put a bunch of layers down and then can take a layer a day to just do a clean, kind of like cleaning a litter box every day. I just do that every day. All right, I'm gonna pause walking up the stairs because I'm gonna feed Lucy. Okay, Aiden's probably in here asleep. Hi, Luz. Hi, pretty girl. Just check her water. And her litter box is in here now. So I usually come back later and do litter boxes. Hi, pretty girl. And with it being hot and stuff, she's just been running out of water faster. So just make sure you check her water. Okay, one of the other litter boxes is in here now. I think I told you about these. So that's in the office. And then if you're sleeping in here, this looks like a stain, and this looks like dirt. It's just a stain. I'm so sorry. I cleaned it, and that's like pretty new, so I don't know how that happened, but it's not dirt. It's just a stain. Okay, I guess I'll pause this again. Okay, I often leave this light on for Harry. I think I got in the habit because it's just been so dark with all the rain. You don't have to. But he's eating. I changed out his poop. I'll clean litter boxes in a little bit. I don't need to film that. You know how that's done. But these two definitely get more use than the ones upstairs. Lucy's so dainty, she just kind of doesn't make a mess. But the office and Lucy's, I definitely clean once a day. These two, I'll, of course, always clean once a day. But if I'm going to be spending a lot of time in here, then I'll do it more so that the girls don't have a chance to get in there and eat poop, because they seem to go through phases, and sometimes they do that and other times they don't seem to care. But if I'm going to be hanging out here a lot, or I might leave them alone in here, then I would probably clean these, after breakfast and then after dinner. But otherwise, you can totally get away with only doing it once a day. It's just trying to avoid the girls eating any of it, because then they make a mess with litter on the carpet. I should have showed you the water fountain in my bedroom, but there's a mason jar in my bathroom that I use to fill the water thing upstairs. You just literally pour the mason jar right into the water thing slowly so it doesn't overflow. And then this water thing. Oh, there's Mama. When you do laundry, just be really careful with Gatsby and Luna, because they both are terrible and will jump into the washer or dryer if they're left open. I can't think of anything else. Not much has changed. The girls' food, they're back to eating once a day, and I'm trying to feed them later in the day, and that seems to be working out. I'm going to have a bunch of bags of this, ground beef, chicken, sweet potatoes, and apples. I'm probably going to have 2 bags of this in the refrigerator and 2 bags in the freezer for you. And then if they seem to want anything else, of course, you can cook them eggs. There are cans of food. I'm going to have the kids stock up the cat food. It's pretty well stocked, but, and then there's also tons and tons down in the store. That's all I can think of at the moment. I think everything else. You don't have to cook for the dogs daily or anything like that. Yeah, I can't think of anything else. And I'll write everything up, of course, too. Phoebe still does the thing where if she's starving, she'll throw up. But if she overeats, she also throws up. So we're doing 3 cans in the morning, only 2 at lunchtime, which is like, I don't know, anywhere between noon and 2. And then before I go to bed, I feed all of them, 3 cans down here, and Lucy gets a can morning and night. If Lucy eats more than 2 cans, she can tend to throw up, but if we have like a long day, we'll sometimes feed her 3 times, but otherwise Lucy gets fed twice. These guys get fed 3 times, but less for lunch. So, all right, I'll end this for now. I can't think of anything else. You know you're not gonna have to deal with landscapers because we're our own landscapers now. The house was just fully cleaned on Monday, except for obviously that lovely mess. And yeah, I can't think of anything else. And Chris is gone till Thursday, so he's not here to mess up the house. And the kids are going to help me on Thursday, just go over everything again right before you get here. So, all right, that's it. Of course, ask me questions if you need to confirm anything.